always have a steamer on hand. Moi! My name is Jana, and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode number 155. Welcome or welcome back. I'm coming to you from Finland, from the southern part, right by the sea. And I'm here today in my craft room, and we will be talking about knitting and some crochet and maybe cross stitch and slow stitching. I've been crafting. Well, my week was a bit slower than expected. Uh, the universe made me slow down. Long story short, I hurt my foot last weekend and it slowed me down. I stayed home for a few days and I was just crafting away. I took it as the second part of my summer holiday, so all good, all good. Yeah. need to look at things from the positive side, right? Always. So let's start traditionally with what I'm wearing today, because this is like an old school kind of knitting podcast where we talk about finished objects and whips and a bit of life at the end. Oh, I didn't clean my mug away, sorry. I had coffee in the morning here. Who else uses swatches as coasters? This is swatch from Best Knits Mystery Knit Along, the shawl from a couple of years ago. Let's push it. You still can see it. Okay, it's a pretty mug. Never mind, got distracted, sorry. So what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing Helix cardigan that I knit last year? 2 years ago? When did I knit this? I don't remember. Was it really last year? So this is like this little short cardigan that goes really nice with summer dresses, linen, cotton, whatever you have. I really like it. I made mine with 3/4 sleeves and raglan. If I remember right, the pattern had a version for round yoke and raglan, and then yeah, long sleeves, shorter sleeves. I did 3/4 sleeves and raglan and cropped length with rather long ribbing, and the yarn is my own hand-dyed merino in sport weight. What else? Oh, I'm wearing the fun recycled earrings. Can you guess what these are? They are not umbrellas. They are mushrooms. Can you guess what they are made of? If you know the answer, if you've seen me talk about these earlier. So yeah, they are recycled. They are made by Finnish artists. I put the name on the screen, and they are made from old glasses, sunglasses, and like regular glasses. Can you see? I love when trash is turned into something nice and beautiful. Trash to treasure. Yes. Okay, so I have one finished object. Oh, before we go to that, I need to tell you that Oh My Kaftan pattern is out now. Anna released it yesterday on Thursday. Today's Friday. So it's out. You can get it. I'm gonna be making another one. I need to start one for Sophia. I have yarn left over. So Sophia will be getting the one in exactly same color. And yeah, thank you so much for all the love, all the lovely comments about my dress. And yeah, I'm very emotional about it still. I know. How long can it last? It's a long-lasting effect, because it's a lovely, beautiful dress. It makes me want to dance in the garden, twirl in the forest. By the way, that's not how I hurt my foot. No, no twirling accidents. A different thing. But yeah, I can't wait to twirl again. Gonna be a while, but fine. So what I'm trying to say. The pattern is out. You can get it now. I'll link it for you in the description down below, together with all the other patterns and places where you can find me. And you know the drill. Okay, so I have one finished object. Even though last week I had 2 big finished objects, I have one a bit smaller finished object. You probably can guess which one. From the progress you saw last week. It's hanging on my window. I just steamed it because I blocked it, but I wanted to steam out the side side creases. You know, when you lay it flat, the sides get creased, and it's nice to go over with the steamer. So I finished. I finished my cute little Audrey in Unst vest by Gudrun Johnston. Isn't it adorable? I think I will need to make a separate video for you. It doesn't go too well with this particular dress. I'll wear another dress, I'll put this on, and I'll show it to you. So, what can I tell about it? I liked making this part of it. I did not like making the bottom part of it because okay, let's go over pluses and minuses. The pattern is bottom up. I prefer top down, and the pattern was not written out in centimeters or inches. It was written out in rows, and I never get gauge. And with this one, I used thicker yarn, so I definitely didn't have gauge. By the measurement, like if I would be using like proper yarn as in the pattern, not proper, but like yarn recommended in the pattern, I would need to make size 6. I used thicker yarn, I recalculated my gauge, and I went down to size 4. So this is size 4, pretty much according to pattern. I made a couple of teeny tiny modifications. They are mostly visual. I skipped a row of pearls here to simplify the look. Not important. Nobody can even notice that. So this is made in Finnish. There is noise outside. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Do I have a yarn? Do I have a label? I'll go get a skein of this yarn to tell you about the yarn. Didn't bring it. So, I bought this yarn last year at Porvoo, at Garnfest Porvoo from Saima's Spinnery. It's beautiful, beautiful Finnish sheep wool. It's Kaino Grey. 100% wool, 250 meters. Saima's is a rather new spinnery, but they are doing a good job making beautiful yarn. And this one, yeah, so that's the label of it. And I bought it initially for another project, and then I changed my mind and used it for turtle dove cardigan, and then I had leftover because I was planning cardigan with cables and I didn't do that. I made a simple cardigan, so I had yarn leftover, and I still have yarn leftover. Yeah, so with the leftover I decided to make a little vest, and I still have 1.5 skein left over. This is less than 200 grams. It's, yeah. I added cute little Icelandic style buttons. I really like this lace. I think it's beautiful, beautiful lace. I like that it's mirrored. The fit of the vest is it's absolutely gorgeous. It has a perfect fit. So if you don't mind knitting bottom up and you want a little vest, definitely I would recommend making it. I went for the I-cord around because you could do either ribbing or I-cord. Mine is rather short for a reason, because I want to wear it over the dresses and I don't want it to make me look frumpy. So back is just simple. There was a bit of shaping on the sides. I did that, and I think it sits beautifully. Sits beautifully. There is still some hay from the yarn, very natural yarn, full of grass. So yeah, I think it's a cute little thing. I think it will get a lot of wear once the weather gets a bit cooler, because sometimes, you know, I love wearing linen dresses, and I have a few with long sleeve. And sometimes when you don't feel like wearing a full cardigan because you might get hot, you feel like you still want something on your upper body. I think it might be the age thing. Never had that in my 20s or 30s. It came later that you need a bit of warmth, just a little bit, but I like my arms to be open and not too hot. So vests have been making their way into my wardrobe, slowly but steadily. I have made a few. over the last, I think, couple of years. So yeah, I think this one is a great addition because it's a neutral color. It's beautiful white. I think after washing it lost a bit of the yellow in it. Um, Still, it's a warm shade of white, but the little gray hairs, it's kind of gray. That's the sheep breed. Google it. You can see a little bit of gray hair mixed because they are not clean white sheep. They are different kind of sheep. Uh yeah. Shoulders were with 3-needle bind off. There were some short rows. I think it's beautiful pattern if you if you don't mind knitting bottom up. I think once I passed this point, it was a breeze. It went pretty quickly because I really enjoyed knitting this part. Cute little vest. I'll insert a video of me modeling it for you, that you see how it fits over a dress. Okay, where do we put you? We will put you somewhere. Somewhere. So, that was my one and only finished object today. Then I have a few whips to share with you. Do we start? Let's start with the orange one. I think soon it needs a bigger bag. It barely fits. Luckily, it's mohair. The bag, the lovely bag, is my favorite summer bag with Bertie and Poppet. With all my dreams. Chickens, greenhouse. I do have the little table. That one I do have. I should probably make a bunting and then I will have that too. I have a garden, I have the table, flowers, butterflies. We have beautiful big butterflies right now. And I'm still waiting on my greenhouse. It's in process. And my chickens. Those will be probably maybe next year. Maybe. Okay. So what's in this cute little summer bag? Marta's summer cardigan that I've been working on, and the one that I took back. I basically like ripped out half of it and I'm re-knitting it. And it's going slowly going. I'm not yet back to where I was last week. This much I need to knit up until I'm back at the same spot. But here we are. I lifted the increases to almost under the armpit. Those increases, this ruchy bit is not in the pattern. I got inspired by another lady named Pepe on Instagram, and she had this kind of version, and I'm basically copying her. Hers was pink, mine is orange, but the idea of this ruching is not mine, it's hers. So yeah, I love it. It's mohair held double in color. This is Kit to Yarn Silk mohair in color blazing orange. Nothing else to tell about it at this moment because I'm just working on the length and then basically it's done whenever I decide. I think I want it a bit longer this time because I have a few short cardigans and I could use a lighter, longer cardigan maybe. Not like extra long, but I don't know, mid-hip, maybe under, I don't know. We will see. I'll keep trying it on. Okay, so that one. Oh, I know a lot of you want to see the crochet summer top that was in the naughty corner last week. Well, yeah, it's giving me a headache, but I think possibly I resolved my issue with the sleeves. This lovely bag, Happy Fox bag, was a gift, a handmade gift from a wonderful viewer. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I've been I've been crocheting this summer top in a vintage yarn. Sartell Libertine. French, obviously, and I got a tip on I got a message on Ravelry from another wonderful viewer who said that couldn't find a lot of info about Sartell, but they dissolved or like stopped operating back in the 80s, I think 89 or 87, somewhere at the end of 80s. So this is definitely vintage. It's at least from the 80s. Yeah. It's 100% cotton, not a lot of info on this label. 50 grams, 85 meters, so rather thick. It has interesting construction. It's like a cord. All the cottons I have seen, most of them are just plied. So the pattern is from an old Finnish magazine. I'm really not sure if you can get it somewhere else. I tried to look up, but the pattern just says like crochet top with flowers. I couldn't even find the designer. I don't know. Maybe some of my Finnish viewers know. If you can get this pattern anywhere else except that old magazine. The magazine is from 2018. And I'm doing my own thing. Magazine had the ridiculous sizing. The biggest size that they had was extra large, and by measurement it was more like a small. Because there is no way that you can, even medium-sized bust would go into that top if you make it according to pattern. So I'm using thicker yarn, and I'm actually crocheting the smallest size that they had because of my thicker yarn, and that's why my top has my tee has a very different fit than the original one. Mine is boxy. I didn't do the shaping. There was a bit of shaping in the pattern. Mine is just a rectangle. It's almost same on the back and front. The flower pattern is same, but the neckline is a bit deeper on the front. Logically, yeah. And then the pattern had a set-in sleeve that you crochet separately and then you stitch it in, and I just could not make it work because mine is bigger, the fit is different, so the shoulder is lower, and then it made a bulky seam in a very odd place, and it wasn't fitting well because of probably bigger scale of the garment. My own fault, I know. I made myself I made that trouble myself. So it took me multiple attempts to do the sleeves, and then I just gave up on a set-in sleeve, and I thought, what if I just crochet around? And that's what I did. And I used all the yarn that I had. I have a backup yarn, but it's slightly different. You can see on the neckline, my last row is in a different line. Different yarn, sorry. It is a bit brighter. It has different twist, but I think it's okay. And it fits, I think, pretty well. It looks very different from the pattern, but I don't really care. It anyway already looks very different. Do I try it on? Will it look? I'll try it on first. Okay, now I look like a Michelin man because I'm wearing it over a puffy dress. I wouldn't be wearing it like this, but just to give you idea about the sleeve, don't look at the body, look at the sleeve. Right now it's doing this cute little thing where it's flaring up, and I kind of like it, but I don't think it's gonna stay that way once I finish it, finalize it, because I wanna stitch it. I need to stitch it here. At the armpit, I need to stitch it, and then I think it's gonna go down a little bit. I think I kind of like this sleeve. I think I'm happy with it. I'm not gonna do anything else. I don't know. I might do a little border like here or not, because I skipped the border on the bottom. Look, I will wear it with something else then. Than a pink dress underneath. Kind of, maybe it works, but you get the idea. Is it cute? Oh no, are these badly placed? No, they are okay. They are I was afraid of having boob flowers. Now I have boob leaves. That's okay. They are covering me up, like like a bikini. So that's my crochet top. It's not yet finished, but we're working on it. I fiddled with these sleeves for way too long, and let me take it off. So what do you think? I think this is gonna work. This is gonna work. So here in the bottom, I'm gonna stitch, I have it like this, I'm gonna stitch this a bit shut to make the arm opening a bit smaller and to give it a bit of shape. Something. I don't know. Something is gonna happen here. Either maybe this way even, just to I don't know. I will either do this or I'll do this. Not sure if you can see what I'm showing, but not important, not important. I'm just trying to make it work. And I'm very happy that I used up this yarn that has obviously been sitting in different closets. First in my husband's auntie's closet, and then in my yarn, on my yarn shelf. Yeah, it's been years, from 80s probably. But I don't know, maybe it was in the yarn store also for a while. Okay, I'm digressing. So that's my crochet summer top with the flowers. I'll let you know if we find the pattern anywhere online, because it's in the magazine. But yeah, that one. What else? What else do I have for today? I have a new cast on. I have a new cast on that lives in a fox bag. This was also a gift from my friends Cara and Vivian. I'm using the foxy bag, and the maker is the woolly tangle. There. So what do I have here? I have a new cast on. Cast on party. That's the only parties I attend right now in my life. Cast on parties. Are you with me? So I started A Weekender by Andrea Mowry. Just like I told you last week that I would. I'm making it in the beautiful, beautiful yarn that I bought this year at Jyväskylä Knit Fest. Look, it's only been a month and I'm already casting it on. That's something new. I usually buy yarn and then it marinates for a year or two. I still have yarn from the last year's Jyväskylä Knit Fest. It has projects. I know what I'm making with that yarn, but haven't started yet. Maybe should. But I'm working on this because I fell in love with this wool. It was love at first touch, not at first sight, because there at TT2 Yarn Store they had little swatches made with it. No big samples yet because it was brand new yarn. It's 50% Finnish wool and 50% recycled silk. Look, there are all kind of little bits, little colorful bits in it from the silk. So 135 meters, 147 yards, 50 grams, and it's called Tukuwool Nordic Resilk. Not sponsored. I bought it with my own money. And this is color number 4. I bought it to knit myself a weekender, and that's what I'm doing with it, and it's just lovely. It's probably not for everyone, but it's definitely for the people that love rustic wool, that love Finnish wool. This is beautiful. This is so tactile. I don't know. I'm I'm loving it. Yes. Rarely happens with me, but yeah, this and where are you? And this evoked similar feelings in me, even though they are very different. They are very different wools. This one is smoother and silkier, and this one, yeah, they are even plied differently. So yeah, love them both. I think the common denominator is Finnish wool. right? That's where my heart is. But yeah, I'm knitting weekender. At the very beginning, this is 2 skeins, so 100 grams. They are 50 gram skeins. I'm this far along. I'm knitting size 3. I'm working on 4.5 millimeter needles for the body. You know, we will be turning it inside out. This is actually this will be this side out with the purl stitches, but because it's easier to knit in the round than purl, we're making it inside out. I've made weekender before, and I didn't mind it, even though it's bottom up. Yeah, it is bottom up. I don't like that bit, but I think it was pretty easy because Andrea has good instructions and the sleeves are top down. I think my biggest issue is with the sleeves that you need to knit separately and then attach to the body, and then I can never get the length of the sleeve right. But here you pick up the stitches and knit the sleeves down, so that's why it's okay for me. So, new cast on, yay! I haven't had a new cast on for a while, haven't I? The Kaftan was my latest cast on, but I already finished it, so I get to have a new cast on. Okay, what else? I have worked on my cross stitch, still filling in the background very slowly, but there is a progress, a little bit. It's a DMC bookmark kit. William Morris Strawberry Thief. You probably know, right? This is a very popular pattern on everything. I want a wallpaper somewhere, but I don't think we have a place, or I have a budget for it right now. But okay, I love that wallpaper. That's old, but I still love it. I don't want to change it out. It's definitely me. So been working on that one, and then I started my slow stitching project, and I'm now just stitching away at it. I'm making myself a phone pouch. And you know I fell down the rabbit hole, just went straight down the slow stitching rabbit hole because it's definitely my kind of craft. I don't do a lot of crafts. I knit, crochet, very minimal embroidery, cross stitch. I spin yarn, and yeah, dyeing yarn is not a hobby. It's work, so it doesn't really count. But slow stitching is definitely something I can do, something I enjoy to do. Here is what I have. A long panel of all kind of things, all kind of bits and bobs, cotton, linen, I don't know, maybe some mixed fabrics somewhere. And I'm experimenting. I'm very new at slow stitching, and I feel like I don't yet have an idea of what I'm doing, so I'm just going with my gut feeling. I'm just doing what it feels right in that moment, taking a color, taking embroidery floss, and just doing something. Look, I'm trying to be fancy. I've been doing an eyelet stitch. I've been practicing an eyelet stitch there. I cut these fun fabrics. It looks wild. It looks silly, but honestly, life is not that serious. And I think my phone deserves a fun pouch. Yeah. So I'm making that. It will be, let me fold it for you. I'll show you how it's gonna work. It's gonna be like that when it's finished. So the chicken is on the flap, then you open it. There is a little piggy, there is a little goat, and the phone will go in here. And then it closes with a flap and some kind of, I don't know, button, a popper, I don't know yet. And that's the back with the cow. And I'm still gonna be stitching over it for quite a while. Lots of chickens on it. I want chickens. My husband knows it, but things need to be done in order. It's not yet their turn. Because we're in Finland, they need a proper winter-proof coop. Yeah, and we're now busy with other things. Yeah, poop will have to wait, so chickens will have to wait. But one day I'll get my chickens, and so right now they are just there and here and on project bags and everywhere else. What a girl dreams about chickens. So a girl needs sparkly dress to twirl in the forest, yeah, and a chicken coop, and a greenhouse, and lots of demands, lots of wishes. So yeah, but for now I'm just slow stitching on a pouch and I really enjoy the process. If you want to dabble into slow stitching, I would recommend K3 and Clothtales on YouTube. She has tutorials for stitches and for objects like pouch or a rice bag, or she has a lot of lovely things on her channel. I'll link her as well down below. That's where I learned what I know about slow stitching. I have looked at other creators, but K3N is still my favorite. I just like her personality. I like how she explains things and shows them, and the chatter in between and while and during the process. So yeah, it just, when I slow stitch, I just put some random tutorial or video of hers and just do my thing, and I'm not even looking at the screen often. I just like listening to her. So yeah, making a pouch. um it's wonky, but I like it. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. It's art. It's art. uh okay, so I'll put it down. I'll put it down. So, what else? Knit and chat? Oh no, I wanted to knit on this and don't have yarn. Can I knit? I'll knit on my, look, I'll knit on my mohair. On my mohair thing. On a big clunky needles. So, oh, sorry. Itchy nose, itchy nose. So, what's been happening around this week? Around here this week? So, kids are at school. All is good. All is good. Everybody's happy so far. We are getting back into routine. It's hard, but it's gonna be a while. It will take time, but so, yeah, I've been at home mostly this week, mostly crafting, which was nice. The weather is good. The weather is like a Finnish summer should be, in low 20s. I think it gets around 22, 23 Celsius during the day, which feels lovely. So I can wear a light dress with a bit of a cardigan, and that's actually perfect. So, what else? I have new flowers in the garden. Gladiolas have opened, and I again have a story from my childhood about gladiolas. I didn't like gladiolas as a kid. My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, we lived very close when I was growing up. She was basically like across the street. We lived in an apartment house in a blocks, and she lived in a little private, like a house, like across two streets. I needed to run, and I could see her house from our balcony. So, and back in the day, back in 90s, everybody, kids started school on 1st of September, where I grew up, and it was a tradition that you bring flowers to your teacher, and everybody brought flowers from their own garden. And my grandma always, in the beginning of September, had these giant gladiolas. Um, they were taller than me, okay? I was a little kid, and she would cut me a bunch, and I would drag them to school to give to my teachers, and because of that, and they were like leaking this like a jello-y substance, and they were big and heavy, and I was so overwhelmed by that I really didn't like them. Just purely for that reason. They are beautiful flowers. They come in all sorts of colors. And this spring, I put in gladiolas, myself. I saw the bulbs I think in the grocery store, and I just like, oh, I mix. Let's take you home. And I put them in the ground, and now they are blooming, growing. They are beautiful. I have red and pink, and they are like mixed pink with. I've never seen ones like that before, like with two colored pink. The middle is slightly different. I'll insert a picture or a video. Why am I telling you that? So now I love gladiolus, and I have a bit of freesias. Freesia. We say freesia. The little white flowers. Those are now blooming as well for some reason. I don't know. They were sitting in the ground for a really long time. They were not coming up. I thought that something happened to them and nothing is coming up. But then they just popped out and now they are blooming. So yeah, new flowers in the garden. Oh, I wanted to thank you for sharing your special moments with me last week. I really, really enjoyed that. So, should we make it a tradition to share our happy moments? Do I have one from this week? Oh, yes, I do. It's very simple. Yesterday morning, kids already left the school. It was still very early, 7 in the morning, and all of a sudden house got very quiet. So I was sitting in the living room at the table with my new tablecloth, by the way, perfect length. Turns out what I thought was too low overhang, perfect length for this household. It doesn't get pulled, it stays in place, it's not in danger, nothing gets caught on it. So I was worried. Not big enough. It is big enough. It's great. So I was sitting there, like running my fingers over my linen tablecloth, and I had fresh flowers from the garden on the table, and I had a window open, and birds were chirping outside, and I was just drinking my strong black coffee, and the sun was shining, and I thought, oh, this is the moment. This is the moment I'm gonna save. It just felt so good. Happy moment from this week. So if you'd like to keep sharing yours, put them in the comments because I really, really loved reading them and how different things can make us happy. And I enjoyed that they were simple things that you don't need much to find the joy in everyday life. Like, so great inspiration. And thank you everyone who shared your moments with me. I really appreciate it. So yeah. Yeah, I should get going now because hubby's auntie is coming to visit us, and I think I want to bake something very quickly, either an apple pie or a quick rhubarb pie. We still have some rhubarb somewhere in the back that I somehow missed. Didn't cut it down yet. And they are little ones coming up, so it should be fresh and juicy. So yeah, I don't know, either a simple pie or muffins, something that doesn't take a lot of time. Okay. I'm gonna go now, and thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoy our little weekly chatter about crafting and life. Take care, do something nice for yourself, try to catch a happy moment, and I will see you next week. Heippa! Have a good weekend! Bye!